got the feeling we're overrun. Sending boys in the trucks with the 50 cals. Tell every swinging deck bring extra rounds. Hang in now, boys, we're on our way. Don't send them all to heaven before we get a taste. Whoa, cry havoc, let's slip the doors away. What you gonna do?
Happy Sunday to you, folks. Welcome to another edition of the Double S Podcast. It's me, beat up halfweight Gene. Y'all, I haven't been sick in every bit of 6 years, and I got something the other night, like last night or something, that got a hold of me. Y'all, I feel like the northbound side of a southbound pig, I'll tell you that. It is not a good thing right now. I think we got it under control, but I apologize if I'm a little daffy here. We got a little bit of cold medicine going, and sorry if we sound a little funny here. The old beak is clogged up quite a bit, so we're going to get through this here. The show must go on. We got a great guest for you tonight. Mr. Marty Hughes is here. Kayak Jack, he's on hand. Not only legend in the game, but somebody we consider a personal friend. Love Marty, and I love the work he does. He's an inspiration to a lot of us out there. And yeah, man, it's going to be a great deal. He's fresh off the Kayak Jack Sportsman's Expo, man. What a great event that he has created right here in the Midwest, here in eastern Nebraska. We were there last year, couldn't make it this year, and maybe I should have made it. Then I wouldn't have got sick. What the heck? Who knows? We got my man also. Brick's going to be joining us here tonight as the co-host. He's going to be entering in. Matter of fact, there's his ugly mug right now. He just joined up. Let's get him in. Brick, how the heck are you?
Woo! Been a fun week.
Fun week. Yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
Coaching a lot of baseball.
Oh, that's right.
And then, we did some rod building this week, which was...
We did.
That was a lot of fun. Those guys, I'll be honest, going to the nursing home, those guys were a lot of characters. You got a couple of call-outs from behind you. What are you doing? Yeah, you just turned your back on me, huh? Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Those guys were...
They were... For folks that don't know, Justin and I are, not only are we the anchor crew and part of the True Patriot Outfitters, but we're also, we work for Heroes on the Water, their therapeutic division, both of us do. And one of the things that Heroes on the Water tries to do during the off season is offer up some rod building. So that way we can stay in contact. Well, we had the privilege and the honor to go there and teach some rod building to inpatients. This is like assisted living down in Pueblo. And you said it, dude. I mean, those guys were just characters, man. Love them to death. They had a good time. And wait till you see what's coming with the next day too with the rod wrapping. Oh my goodness, they're going to invent cuss words. I'll bet you. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
The funniest thing that I remember happening was the guy. He had his scooter, and he could get that thing up to about 15 miles an hour, and he would go as fast as he could go, and he would just slam on the brakes and just scoot it right around the corner. And he was having a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, we opened one of the boxes, and with the advanced wrappers, you get a little decal from CBR, right? Custom rod building. He wanted that thing on his scooter, so he had Brick put it right on the front. Now he's got a custom rod builder sticker right on his scooter. He's good to go.
It was fun.
That's awesome, man. Good stuff. I'll tell you what, man, I'm going to skip over a lot of the platitudes tonight. Like I said, I feel like a can of smashed buttholes right now. So I've got medicine floating through me right now. And we're just going to get right to talking to my man, Marty, while I'm still on the upside. I'm pretty sure I'd have to start to feel better in order to die. I mean, it's pretty rough these days. It could be, like I told the wife, am I getting whiny yet? Am I whiny? Because I don't get sick, so maybe I'm starting to turn into a whiny ass out here all of a sudden. But, dog, when you can't breathe and you got the fever and you got the aches, and until I'm telling you this right now, for any of you out there that suffer from like what you think is sinus headaches, I'm going to tell you right now something this surgeon kicked me on to Magnesium glycinate.
Yep.
There's many different forms of magnesium. Find yourself the glycinate. It's nothing more than a supplement. It's not medicine. It's just a mineral and a supplement. If I stay up on those and I take at least a couple of them a day. Now, right now I'm taking what it says you can take, which is up to 4. Right now I'm juicing up with them because when I take those, it gets rid of what we think might be migraine, sinus related headaches. It gets rid of them. And it's nothing more than a supplement. It's not a medicine. It's just a deal. So I'm telling you right now, I lived with, for about 15 years of my life, I lived with what I thought were sinus headaches. And I had to take ibuprofen in order to back them off. And this one surgeon said, technically there isn't such a thing as a sinus headache. I'm like, what? She goes, technically speaking. And she goes and explains this whole thing to me. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell you just said. But she says, I'm going to have you try magnesium glycinate. She goes, I want you to get on a good regimen of that, every day, morning and night. See what that does. Sure as hell, dog. Wipes them out. So yeah, doubled up last night and that took care of that mess. So anyway, enough of all that. Okay, enough of your pharmaceutical brought to you by the Double S. Let's get the man himself in here, Mr. Marty Hughes. What's happening, brother Marty? How the heck are you, buddy?
Well, God gave me another day.
Right? I'm good. I'm not gonna lie. You sound tired, brother.
I'm not too bad. I feel like I told my wife today, I used to run marathons when I was younger, and I said, I feel like I played a football game and ran a marathon.
Dude, I've been there. The Expo, you have started it small and built it into something where we were just talking here. You gotta, there's no doubt about it, you're going to need some help. You've turned this into like one of the premier events in the entire Midwest every January, February, man. Guys, we look forward to this every year, the Expo that you've put on. That's a lot of work for one fella.
Yep.
That's a lot of work.
I was telling you earlier, it's like, with Chad Hoover running the KBF, it got so big quick, and he didn't have really a team around him to help him out, and now he does, and I'm helping him as well. But it's gotten to that point with this Expo where I could really use some help with planning and getting everything done and all that. But I want to tell you this. So the motivation behind it was, when I coached, I didn't coach in real big cities or anything like that, medium-sized schools and some small ones. But, the late Don Meyer, really good basketball coach, he told me once, he says, hey, Marty, just make it the big time where you're at. You don't have to be like today, the Huskers in Illinois playing in Lincoln, and there's probably 15,000 fans. That's the big time. But why can't we make it the big time where we're at in our town?
Right.
That's what we do with this. I got laughed at when I brought the idea up, and then of course God provided a
venue.
A venue.
Yep.
It's 20 yards from my house, and I can walk back and forth to the venue, and it's part of our church. And, it was a dream. And my pastor said, yeah, man, go for it. And I had no idea how it would turn out, but man, it's like that movie that you build it and they will come.
That's right.
And man, it's not like thousands of people, but it's people that are community, that are family, that are helping each other. And we keep coming up with these new ideas for it, like the kayak show this year, things like that. And there was kids involved, and believe it or not, you've seen the raffles and stuff there, and we raffle off. People just keep bringing stuff in the raffle off. And you know what? The kids won probably 80 to 90% of the prizes.
That is so cool.
Including the Malone trailer.
Right.
I mean, that was amazing. So yeah, it was exciting. It was fun, man. And yeah, we missed you there, Gene. You kind of bring some spice to it, And I want to thank everybody for being on here and watching on a Sunday night when they could, I watch a show with my wife every Sunday night, and I left 10 minutes early. I told her, hey, I got a podcast tonight. She goes, tonight? I go, yeah. I know it's a Sunday, but I got one tonight. And anyway, she was cool with that. But I want to thank those guys. And then I know you guys work with veterans, man.
Yes, sir.
I just appreciate all of our military, first responders, everybody, because I lived in military bases until 16, almost 17, and I saw a lot of stuff. And although I did not serve, I served a different way with the education place. But
Yep. Yep.
but I do have a total respect for our military, as my dad was in the military as well.
I was going to say, was it your dad that served?
Yeah, he served Vietnam era, and he was Navy, and he was on the Apollo pickup, stuff like that.
Wow.
And I got to live in Yokosuka, Japan, and Hawaii, California.
Wow.
And that was after being born in Virginia. And we actually sailed a ship on the ship. Back in the day, they would take the whole family on these ships, and they'd transport you. So we were transported on a ship to Japan from Virginia.
Wow. We thought Air Force had it easy.
Yeah. It's basically a 25 day cruise with no windows,
Right, with no windows, doing the red light steeplechase.
Yeah. I have no idea. I don't remember all that. So I do remember Hawaii. But,
that's awesome.
That's it.
So yeah, man, there's an old proverb that says, "Show me your 5 guys and I'll show you your future," type thing, right? About circling, circling your people around you. And there's a lot of good biblical teachings there that I'm starting to learn about, the fact that we shouldn't be trying to do things alone. Gather your people, your close friends around you, and go forth and do some good work. So yeah, man, you're clearly, you've built this thing to the point now. I can see just in the pictures alone, when I was there, the energy was just, it was palatable. I mean, you could feel the people buzzing around there, that they just wanted to be there. And there was so much just hanging out, talking fishing, talking service for one another, and just, enjoying our time together through there. Actually sitting behind me, I don't know if you can actually see it. Let me try to put me. Which one of these? Okay, no, you can't see it there. All right. See right here?
Yeah.
Got that last year at the deal.
Oh yeah, I got some. I got one too. It says "Gone Fishing" on it.
Yep. Let's go. Tackle boxes, fishing poles. Yep, we got that one.
Yeah,
and there is. Oh yeah, if I go a little bit further.
Right back.
Hang on one sec. I'll go a little bit further. Right there. That one I also got from a young lady that painted there. Got both of those things from the show.
Yeah. So I got to tell you, this kid came up to me. He was a high school guy. This is what's really cool, you guys. You don't even know the impact you have on kids, until way later. It's like I had another guy tell me, Marty, you served in schools, and see, a lot of schools I went to, we built everything up, and then I would move somewhere else and plant new seeds, and they would win these state championships after I left.
Right.
Maybe it was a better coach, I don't know, but the kids that we brought up, they entered the high school. But he would tell me, he says, Marty, you're a seed planter, and you may plant a lot of seeds, but you may not sit under the shade of those trees. But it's that the important part is planting those seeds so that others may, and so we don't really get that and see that till later on when you connect the dots.
Right.
It's really cool though, when yesterday this young man came up to me and he gave me a gift that was wrapped. It was wrapped in wrapping paper, and he said, "Hey, here's a gift for you, Mr. Hughes." And I said, "Okay." And I said, do I open it now or can I wait? And I wanted to wait because I wanted it to be, kind of cool to just open up at home and stuff, and instead of everybody there. And I didn't know what it was, and so I took it home, and before I even got home, I'd already had a text. Have you opened it yet? Have you opened it yet? And this is what he gave me. He drew this in his. I don't know if he drew it. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, we can see it. Looks like a pike.
Yeah, and it's in my kayak. He took that off a photo that I caught that Lake Wanahoo, by the way, many years ago. But
very cool.
And he gave it to me. And Ewan is his name, and he's been kind of a mentor for some of the other kids. And his kayak in the kayak show won the most simplistic award.
Nice.
And so it's kind of cool for that to happen. And then he ran my table yesterday with his mom, and selling Nikos and jigs and stuff, and I think he had a ball, and he's looking forward to fishing with us again this year in the club. So you never know. It's like that was such a cool gift, and you can't put a price on it.
Yeah.
And like your stuff that you bought at the expo, you're going to have that memory.
Yep.
There, and the kids yesterday were it was amazing. And I'll tell you this Oliver story in a minute, but you got other stuff maybe you want to ask about. I don't know, but anyway, Justin, I don't want to take all your airtime up.
No, people are here to listen to you, brother, not us.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I do want to say this.
Yeah.
We had the kayak show, and of course, I was dubbing it as the first kayak show in the country, and Chad corrected me and said they had one a long time ago. I'm like, well, not like this one. Didn't have one like that. They had like a built thing or whatever, but get this. So I put the word out, said, bring your kayak. We're going to have a kayak show. And at first everybody thought, oh, it's going to be somebody voting for the one with all the gear, the accessories on it and everything. Yeah, we did have that. We had the People's Choice Award, but we also had the most unique kayak and the simplistic kayak, and everybody that brought their kayak was entered in a drawing to win a Malone Auto Racks trailer.
Wow.
A $2,000. Well, $1,900.
Sure.
And we had it. And actually, I want to thank David Hutzel, Michael Thomas. Those guys came to my garage, and it was like below zero, man. And we had heaters going in there, and they helped me build that thing. And David, can you imagine two mid-60 guys, late 60 guys, basically, working on a trailer in a garage, and we both hardly can move, and we don't read directions well. So we had to take stuff apart, put it back together. It was hilarious. Anyway,
that's awesome.
Sore we couldn't walk the next day from that, even because we were bent over and everything, But I appreciate those guys helping me out, to get it ready. But get this though, of all those kayaks there, this is important because a lot of people get caught up. Hey, Gene, you're competitive. I'm sure you are too. We're so competitive in life. But there's so many people out there, they just want to get out and go fish.
Yep.
And from recent surveys, guys, and people listening, 90% of all kayak anglers don't even fish a tournament.
Yep.
But they also constitute for the major purchasing power of all the products that kayak anglers buy.
Yep.
So what it is that the tournament and competitive anglers are featuring these products and everybody else is buying, is what I see. But at the same time, only 10% of the anglers are really competing. So we got to get over ourselves and quit thinking we're the only ones out there.
100%. There was a small trend that was starting about 3-4 years ago, where all of a sudden the tournament angler wasn't the big concern with a lot of the fishing industry. They were trying to aim towards another, and then they quickly flipped on themselves and went back to that, because that's the thought that unless you fish tournaments, you're not a great angler, or you're not getting better, or you're not this or that. And that just flat out simply isn't true.
Right.
Tournaments are nothing more than another avenue that's out there. Yeah. And some of the best anglers that are running out there probably never fish day one of a tournament. They have no desire to get involved in that. Yeah. So make no mistake, though, it is fun. There's a cool community when it's done right. And people don't, let it consume them so much and get, start thinking they're on a bigger stage than what they really are. Right. It's like, calm down, boys. We're small potatoes out there at the end of the day. But yeah, no, I agree, man. It's in being able to reach out to all of those anglers, so important, man. And that's what you do. You've got the tournament field, but you also have an ability to reach the kids and reach the rec angler out there that is the majority of the field.
Yeah, and I want to say that of all those kayaks that were there, I took a percentage. 60% don't even fish tournaments.
Yep.
They were there. And the one that won the People's Choice was not even a tournament angler.
Wow. So cool.
He wants to be.
Yep.
So I will say this, like I kind of do my market research whenever I'm into trying to upgrade and everything. So I go to big box stores and I'm kind of looking around. The one that we have here in the Springs had 4 Bonafide P127s. They had like 2 XTRs. They had 4 Hobies. They had Old Towns, the P127 or the 120 whatever PDL, and they had the Old Town Autopilot. They had a mass selection. When I went there like 2 months ago, they had sold out, and so I don't see that in the tournament realm. I don't see like a massive group of people just flooding, the state tournaments.
Nope.
That just shows you that people are just enjoying themselves. Just like you said, Marty, like they're not all in tournaments. They're across the state and enjoying themselves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, old lady angler, and I can say that because I'm old. Old lady angler down in Florida, she's killing it. She catches more 5-pounders in 1 week than we catch in a year.
Right. You can catch 5-pounders out of a ditch in Florida. I live there.
I mean,
So
she has a little YouTube channel and she's out there showing us how it's done, And
yeah,
so,
that's amazing.
And I think tournament angling is really cool. And it's, you basically go out and catch fish and compare them with everybody else when you get done.
Yeah.
And I think that there's so many great anglers that don't even fish tournaments, but I'm not against them. Believe me, I want to fish as many tournaments as I can. At the same time, I also want to have, and we're going to talk about that here, hopefully, some of the events that we run that are for everybody. I mean, every level, advanced to beginners, everything in between, all that. But I want to mention, well, I'll let you, because I'll start rambling here.
No, it's right at the heart of why we created the PBKS too. Is we wanted to offer up something to go fish in really cool places and really dial in on, and we wanted this to be available for the brand new angler all the way to the experienced. And we really wanted to just gather together, have some friendly competition like you and I have spoken about before, Marty, just having some fun with it, but really remember why it is we're out there on the road, right? Not big cash, big flash trophies, this and this.
Yeah.
We're there for the memories, man, and just hanging out with like-minded individuals and enjoying ourselves. It was the whole reason why we started it, and a great deal of our motivation is the example you've set forth, Marty, with a lot of the events and series that you run out there. Yeah. We watch that real close, and we learn from that and try to pick little pieces that work for us and try to move that. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the first bass poker that we play, man, because after you and I spoke, I went and wrote it all out exactly how it works out. So that's going to be a tricky one there.
Yeah, it's for those that don't know it. Well, I'm calling it the Old Guys Rule League. You have to be 65 or older, or retire. Well, we're kind of letting some younger guys in, or 62, 63. They got to be retired, and they got to be able to. They got to have some kind of ailment like we all do. And so it's bass poker. We play with the values of cards, and so it's not like you got to go catch 520s, but 520s would do pretty good in that poker tournament. But the idea is this: what we're doing is we're going to do like a really small entry fee, $10-15, and we meet at sunrise at a lake, and I've already got it picked out, and then we go fish until noon, and then we compare results, and then one guy wins the pot, and then we go to a local cafe nearby right there, and I got one planned, and the winner has to buy everyone their favorite beverage at lunch. And then we all eat lunch together. I mean, how much better does it get than that?
Steve says this is the first thing for old people I actually want to be involved in.
Yeah, you're not that old yet, buddy, Steve.
Age discrimination.
We're talking about guys that when we get out there about 10 o'clock, most of us will be taking a nap.
Right.
And then, hey, you got to get it. You got to get your 5th card, and so we'll have fun with that. But some of the events we run, I do want to say something about that. Is, here's the deal. I thought about this tonight on the way home from this other meeting I had. And my dad, when my dad's passed now, but my dad, he was in his early 70s, and he had a nice truck and a car, whatever, but he went out and bought this $100,000 car. And I happened to go visit him in Maryland at the time, and he had this black car. I can't remember the name of it, but it was really nice. And he took me out in it, and took the sun thing off and all that, and we just were. I mean, we're like two teenage guys, you know. He at the stoplight, he'd go, "Watch this," and he'd take off, you know, real fast. And then I fly home, and a week later, I go, "How's that car going, Dad?" I call him, you know, "How's that car going?" He goes, "I sold it. I didn't need it." And he goes, "It was a midlife crisis." I'm like, "Dad, you're old."
Exactly.
But here's the deal. I want to relate this to we started kayaking. We had just a kayak, a couple rods, you know, some baits, and we went out and we fished, and it was good enough for us. Well, then we had all these products being developed, especially by us with our DIYs and companies picking up on that.
Yeah.
And then we thought, oh, we got to get there faster, so we need motors and doing all this. And now we got these intricate, I mean, unbelievable boats, basically kayaks. And I'm not against that because I have the same stuff, bells and whistles, all in one kayak. But what I'm saying, though, is we thought we needed it. And now you're seeing a resurgence back to the basics. And here's how I'm going to prove that. First of all, last year we had the doggy paddle here, no sonar, paddle only, not even any pedals. You can only paddle. And it was a huge success. The entry fees, a bag of dog food for the Hearts United for animals. And everybody had a blast. Camped out the night before. It was awesome. So you got Moyak, Joshua Booth down there. He's got the Legend series.
Yep.
There are no motors, no sonar. You can pedal or paddle, which is okay. I mean,
Grassroots, yeah.
Yeah, but it's an actual series. And I'm taking part in, I think, 3 of those events this year, just to, you know, just kind of be part of it. But, you know, there is a time and a place for all that stuff. And I do agree that, you know, if you're going to compete at a high level and you want to get to a spot fast, you're probably going to need a motor, or you want to save energy and stuff like that. And you know what? I do see there being more basic and more, you know, this high tech stuff out there as well. But none of it's bad. It's all good. It's just some of us who came up through the grassroots of this thing, it came up real fast on us, you know, and we haven't quite adjusted to it. And, you know, I said I would never pedal. I said I would never get a motor. And I really didn't get a motor till I think 3 years ago. And I paddled for almost 20.
You know, the part that breaks my heart, though, and you guys disagree with me, is when guys think when they get into this game that they have to get this stuff in order to compete.
Yeah.
And that's just plain and simply not true.
Yeah.
Are you know, does it help you catch fish? I don't think you can make that argument. You know, does it if you commit to and you have the budget to get these flashy things, well then great. Go for it. But you absolutely do not need these things to be, you know, to compete or however the case may be. If you spend the time and get to know the body of water and you deploy and utilize, you know, fishing technique and skills, you're going to be just fine. Now, does a guy go into a brand new body of water? If 2 guys go to a brand new body of water and one guy has live scope and the other guy doesn't, yeah, the guy with live scope is going to have an advantage on a brand new body of water. That's just real. You know, we see that, but it doesn't mean that he's going to be that successful over time. You know what I mean? It's like it's guys can get involved in this on any level, be it rec, be it tournament, with whatever their budget and their comfort zone is, right? And that's the thing, is you can get involved and have a great time, and you don't need technology to do that.
And yesterday at the Expo, I had all 3. I have several kayaks that I guide too, but I had 3 kayaks out there. I showed people it was I had my pond hopper, I had my river kayak, and I had my ultimate battleship machine, you know, the kayak. And people could see the differences there with that. And you know, I had my basic is the Hobie Lynx, of course, which I just absolutely love. And if you're a person who want to lift a heavy kayak, but you want a good platform, stable platform, easy to use, easy to transport, that Hobie Lynx. It's expensive, yeah, but it's fun to use. And I have a lot of friends that have them now, and a lot of them are like my age, you know, too. And I'm to the point now where that everything else is just kind of getting too heavy for me. And then I do want to give a shout out to David Stricker with with Freedom Launcher or it's called Wilder Side. He was our furthest traveling. He beat you, I think. Maybe he might be tied. I think he might be tied as far as hours traveled. He came from Peoria, Illinois to the Expo and had a booth.
Wow.
So get that. So we've had a guy 10 hours west and a guy 10 hours east come to the Expo. But anyway, he came here and installed that Freedom Launcher on my Outback so that it'd be easier for me to get in and out of the water with it, you know. So
I've seen that Freedom Launcher. It looks pretty slick. Is it pretty an improvement over the landing gear stuff?
Oh man, there's nothing that matches it. There's nothing.
Very cool.
Now it looks kind of big on the sides a little bit, but you just you click a button and it drops the wheels and you click back up.
So cool.
It makes it a lot easier. But anyway, I'm not on a soapbox about this guys or anything about the motors and all that. It's great. But I'm just saying that
time and place, right?
There is. My analogy was, you know, we think we need these things, and then we get them, and we go, "Oh man, I was a lot happier before I got them." and you know, I don't know, just the stuff that we like. You saw it in the elites, the guys that didn't use the light scope, and then the younger guys that do. The older guys are like, you know, hey, I just like the way the way that I do. And the same with me. When I'm out there in a kayak, I'm one with the water. And I just want to feel it, and I want to feel nature around me. And if I'm staring at something, or if I'm motoring too fast, I don't see it.
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, I got to tell you a story about Oliver, though, man.
Yeah, do so.
This story is phenomenal. It's on my Facebook page. One of my latest posts with Oliver yesterday. Now, I started the story not telling people how old he was, Oliver, and so we're at the Expo, and his mom had emailed me before the show and says, "Hey, Marty, I'd like him to be next to your booths, you know, just kind of be a mentor kind of thing, I think, you know." I said, "Yeah, sure." So I get this kid next to me. Well, when he got done setting up, I'm going, "What am I doing here?" he had a big old banner. I had mine too, but he had a big old banner. He had stuff all neatly arranged. He had everything set up. It was amazing. And then he had these packages. I didn't know what they were. And I said, "What's in those packages?" He goes, "Oh, those are hook clips." And he designed these hook clips that go over I got one here over on my other side of my room here. But these rod clips go on your wait. I think I got them right here. Anyway, here's his business.
Creekside Lures.
I said, "How'd you come out with the name Creekside?" He goes, "Well, I live by a creek."
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
That's logical. So, and he lives in Rockport, Missouri, which is about 20 minutes away. Can you guys see that?
Yep. That
clips on your rod, and then the hook goes in that hole.
Love it.
And it clips on and off really easy. And we bust those ones that come with them all the time. But this little thing, he 3D prints these. He 3D prints these. All right, Oliver. Now, the other thing he did. Now, did I tell you how old he is yet? He's a 5th grader. He's got his own business.
That's awesome.
And you can see the comments. People came up to his table. It was like you were dealing with a professional.
That is fantastic.
And you weren't going to say, "Hey, I'll give you $2 for that." He was going to say, "You know what? You pay $3 like everybody else." You know. And I just saw an email come in from his mom. I hope it's nice. Anyway, because I did make a post. I asked her about, anyway.
That's awesome.
Anyway, get this. This isn't over. It's not all. So we have a lure maker contest, right? And we're talking some really cool stuff. Like you were there, Gene. These guys,
yes, sir.
These lure makers, the stuff they paint, the swim baits, the plastics, amazing work. And they're all lined up on this table. And there's little bowls with toothpicks, and you vote for your favorite lure during the day. We had the table set up along where people walk by. Well, I walked by there, and I saw this white ice cube tray-looking thing in the middle, and it had treble hooks on it. As I go, what in the world is that? And I didn't think anything of it, and I went by again later, and I noticed there's a few toothpicks in the cup by it. I'm like, people are voting for that thing. So then, I don't get, because I'm running around like a one-legged man, a butt kicking contest. I have no idea where I'm going, I go back to the cup and to declare the winner, and that cup had a majority of the toothpicks in it with this little ice cube tray looking thing. I pick it up and I noticed it was labeled a kitchen sink. So can't think about it. You've been fishing and you threw everything but the kitchen sink. So this lure is an actual kitchen sink. It's on my Facebook feed if you guys want to go there and look at it sometime. They'll be watching. And it's got 2 treble hooks on it. It's got a faucet on it. And it's got a place where you put dishes off the side. And so he comes up, he wins, and I announce it. Everybody's clapping for him. And so I interview him, with the microphone. I say, "Hey, Oliver, what gave you the idea or motivated you to create a kitchen sink lure?" He goes, I was just washing my hands in the sink one day and thought of it. Think about that. The kid's a genius. So then I said, "All right, hey man, you got to tell me honestly, did you steal that from your sister's Barbie set?" And he goes, "No, I 3D printed it."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You got to see it though. Anyway, so he wins, and everybody came up, gave me all kinds of comments about him. Here's a young entrepreneur. He doesn't have a website yet, but I told him I'd help him out with getting this, especially these clips out there, to get these, because this is something that people, it's solving a problem.
Big time, especially in the kayak game. Those rods that have the hook keepers down on behind the reel.
Yeah,
those suck because you
do.
can't put them in your your rod holder.
Yeah,
jacks the baits up.
And you can adjust these. He's got them for really small rods. He has little zip tie things on them.
Wow.
I mean, the guy. I mean, I don't. And then I saw a picture of him and his dad. What better way to spend time with your kid?
I was going to say, what this sounds like to me, too, is that this young man has just what a great home life he has for parents that are sending him down the right path, man.
And you know what's even cooler?
So good.
You know what's cooler yet, Gene? Is I go, "What school do you go to school?" he goes, "Yeah, I go to school." And I said, "Where do you go to school?" He goes, "Rockport." I said, I also work for the local college here as an adjunct, and I go out and coach student teachers. And I said, "I got 2 student teachers over there. Do you know them?" "Oh, I don't think so." I said, "Do you have PE class?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh yeah, I do have one." I said, "Well, I'll be over there visiting. I'll see you."
Nice.
But he's gonna win a D hooker as well for that. That's a D hooker prize for that as well. So I'm gonna bring that to him. I didn't have it out yesterday.
Cool.
So he'll get that. But isn't that the coolest thing for that? Here's the thing. In that expo, my vision is not how many people I can get there. It's if one person makes a big difference in their life from that. That's all that matters to me. And guess what? There's my winner right there. That's just one story, guys.
That was the very heart of when we started the PBKS. Why we said our goal, this won't be measured in success if we get 15, 20 people. We're not here for that. If we get 2 people, then what we'll measure success is that we go to this event and we have a blast and make memories with those 2 guys. Then we've done it right. That's all that matters. So it's cool when you don't put yourself set up for garbage or silliness. I understand that some series need to focus on that, and that's cool. But it means nothing to us whatsoever. Well, we want quality over quantity. That's the main thing.
And I got to tell you another story. So this one guy, Tim, he said to call him Tim because he's Chinese and I can't pronounce his name. I'm not. I mean, I just cannot. I was babbling about. He said, "Hey, just call me Tim." So,
don't hurt yourself.
So Tim loads his kayak in the night before, and it's a new canoe, 2025 new canoe, and he comes in and he sets it up, and he's adding stuff and adding stuff and adding stuff, unbelievable. And I'm going, I've never seen those products before. And I said, "Where'd you buy those from?" He goes, "I didn't buy them. I made them." And I go, "Are you kidding me?" He had the Yak Attack box. He had a sniper pole for live scope.
Nice.
He made it.
He made it himself.
And it was like all these little. I mean, it was like it was like a robot type thing, you know,
Right. Right.
and a lever on it and stuff. And he had this other camera arm with a power unit on it, and you could do different things with it. But get this, he had these rod holders that when you put your rod in, it would lock into place when you click the button.
Oh, so cool.
He said no hooks, no lanyard
Right.
hooks. And he would click it into it and you could not get it out. And he had this Gatling gun looking thing. He had four rod holders on it and it went backwards and they were round. And he would put the rod in there and he tilted it up and down. The rods will not come out. Yet they were locked in there with a lever.
So cool.
And he designed it and 3D printed them. And he said he could put 20 cylinders on that turret if you wanted. He says, I just use 9 or 10 rods, you know. And he had this net holder off the side a little bit, and you would just like, after you got them, you know, catching your fish, you'd put it in and it would lock into place. Then to get it, he would just flip a lever and get it out real quick.
Wow.
You know, for rough waters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But all of his gadgets on there were 3D printed. And I said, man, we got to talk marketing with you, man. He goes, someday he wants to know, because these are all prototypes he's made.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can take those 3D prints and you can get injection molding made with that kind of stuff.
Yep.
If you have the right company to work with on that. But it's like Yak Attack, and Yak Attack, don't get me wrong, I use the Yak Attack products.
Yep.
But the stuff he created was phenomenal. And
That's
I asked
cool.
him what he did. His job, his career? He's a music engineer
Oh, wow.
for a classical radio station in Omaha.
Jeez.
And he moved here from New York recently.
Wow.
Yeah. So in Trash Panda there, Steve, 3D printers are changing the world. I have no idea. You know what? If I ran a 3D printer, I don't know what it'd create.
Right.
But
I used to print teeth in the military using 3D printers.
I need a couple.
I know how to do it.
All right. Well, I got them ordered. They're coming. They were 8,000 a piece.
Of course they are. Yeah. And you know what? The guy that made them, the real guy that made them, only got about $150, man.
I'm talking about, well, with the surgery, guys, I had 4 implants in the past 2 years.
Oh, wow.
To take care of all the stuff I did as a kid that was not good.
Right.
But they're about 8,000 a piece,
Yeah.
and there's no insurance on it. There's no insurance to cover it.
Ouch.
Yeah. So my fishing budget, I'm relying on sponsorship right now because of the,
took a hit this year.
Yeah. Last 2 years I've big hit, but you know what? I'll be able to actually chew a pork chop now. So
Right. Which that's not a bad deal right there.
No. So anyway, and I got to tell you that the Kansas kayak anglers, they came up.
That's so cool.
And they had the neatest table, man. They had candy bars for the kids. They had the lures. Clayton Westgate gave the juice of how he wins everything down there. And then they had a TV going with the Ned Katie versus Kayak Jack competition last summer in Kansas. You know, Ned Katie's the inventor of the Ned.
Yep.
You don't know.
Yep.
And they had that video going on. It was pretty cool, you know. And one of the most efficient anglers I've ever fished with, you know. I thought about trying to get him up here if somebody could drive it, because he does drive. He's 80-something years old. He still drives around. But it'd be cool to have him there because he could put on a seminar. And speaking of that, we had several seminars. We had a Nico seminar. I teamed up with Logan Greeno from Nebraska Husker Bass team. He's the president there, and we did a Nico seminar. There's a lot of guys in there. And then we had a catfish seminar, a crappie seminar, and a panel discussion thing. And I can't remember. And a hunting one. The hunting one didn't get people in there, but everybody wanted to buy his Furzos out on the main floor.
Right.
But we had a lot of lure makers there at the expo. And I'm trying. I can't think right now everything, but the Game and Parks. Larry Pape from Game and Parks was there, and he loved it. He loved it.
I bet.
Well, he couldn't believe it. And and we had We had a new coffee shop came in, made those I don't know, those weird kind of coffees that cost a lot of money. I drink black, but anyway, they made homemade donuts there. We had a concession stand. The chili cook-off, Tyler Alexander won it.
No kidding.
Ty's Chili won it, and I didn't get to taste it because it was gone in 10 minutes, man.
Jeez.
And but I had Michael Thomas's chili, and it had some bite to it, but he would not tell me what he put in there to get that bite because it was good.
Wasn't going to give you the secret recipe, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's like fishing, you know, they're not going to give up that favorite lure. Now,
Right.
Mike, I know you're on here, and I helped you with a Nico one time. You got to tell me what you put in. All right, you got to.
Yeah.
Because I got a chili cook-off at the church this next month.
Nice.
You got to win. You got to help them out.
Yeah. So
That's
anyway,
awesome.
So that was it. The show itself is really good. And like I said, guys, we're in a town of 3,400.
I was going to say, one of the things I want people to also understand is when you come here to Auburn, what an awesome community, man. I had a chance to go there and stay for the night and hang out and then go have dinner with you and your wife.
Mm-hmm.
And just everybody around you. You want to talk about small town USA where you get made to feel welcome when you come there.
Yeah.
I had a chance to have a little breakfast at a little cafe across from the venue.
Yep.
That was awesome, talking with those folks and enjoying that little breakfast there. It's just a cool community. And at the event, people are just there for the right reason, man. And you feel like you're amongst your people when you're at that event at the Expo. It's just, you're surrounded by people with a love of the game. And I always love when I get a chance to see a bunch of guys that I maybe don't see throughout the year as well.
Yeah.
That's always cool to reconnect.
You see them without their sunglasses, and you got to ask them their name. You can't recognize
Right?
them. That's what it was for me. But there was a lot of guys there from the kayak community. There was guys from all kinds. Oh, by the way, Stan Liberty, the guy that did our catfish seminar, you've met him, I'm sure. He was there last year.
Yep.
He played, and I'm going to have a video out on it. He played the national anthem with his electric guitar.
That's so cool.
It was awesome. And those who don't know it, he's the lead guitarist for Pasty Jenny, which is like a national band. Oh, Michael Thomas said done. He sent me the.
Yeah.
But anyway, Stan is like a concrete guy, a catfish tournament guy, and a lead guitarist for a band that travels the country.
That's so cool.
And I met him in a tackle shop many years ago, and we just hit it off. And he's been coming to our expo every year.
You know, at what point do you think you might outgrow your venue that you're currently in?
We're not going to, because that's where God wants me. That's how
okay.
We're gonna keep it in there and keep it what it was meant to be, a community thing. I really don't want it to be in a bigger venue.
I love that so much, Marty. I love that.
Here's the deal. Oliver, he's not on here, but Oliver, a fifth grader, wants to start a business. Now, if he goes to the Omaha Boat Show, he's going to pay minimum $800 for a table. Is he going to sell $800 lures? Maybe, but isn't that kind of? Let's say he sells $100 worth there, and he goes home. He's $700 out down the drain, and then he gets discouraged, never does it again.
Agreed.
But here, he pays $25 to have a table, sells $500 worth of lures, goes home and says, "Dad, we got to make more."
We got Oliver's brother online right now.
There you go.
Mr. Ryan Paris.
And Ryan was second place in chili cook-off. And I can't remember the name of the chilies. Zombie or something. I don't know. He'll tell us maybe here. But Ryan's a cool dude too. Good family, man. And they fished with us in our youth stuff 2 or 3 years ago here in Duck Creek. And they love to fish too, you know. But think about that though. We're $25 a table. We charge $2 to get in. You get a raffle ticket with your entry, and you can buy more. We sold over 700 raffle tickets yesterday, which is pretty good. I mean, it's for small.
Wow,
that's really good.
And I would say, I don't know. We had a few hundred people there that came in, and there was a lot of events out of town for the Auburn people that would have come, but there's you can't choose your date. You just got to go. And
pick a day and run.
Yeah, and that's what we do. And so we're kind of on that weekend every year. And then Jonathan Dominguez from Eco Fishing Shop coming up, talking to people, that helps. And every vendor that I talk to, did very well as far as their sales and stuff, But I said that the most important thing, guys, is to build relationships with the people that come in, and
That's what that event is for. I think
absolutely,
is just
absolutely,
concreting your relationship and
yep,
showing that you truly are there to support the
yep,
community,
yep, you bet,
right?
yep,
That's and and I'm sorry. I've got the master's degree in the business acumen behind it. I get it. Okay, I get the bean counting, but dude, you can't put a value when it comes down to showing a community and showing a customer base that you truly do support them and that you're behind them. That's how you lock in
yep,
loyalty. That's how you get brand loyalty. That look, I'm with some companies right now that I'll tell you, I'm sure there's other better, maybe some better products out there, but you know what those other companies don't have? They don't have the people behind them, and they don't have.
yep,
I trust what I use. I trust the people behind these organizations, and I love them. So and that's because they've always been there for us. So we're going to do the same thing in return.
yeah. We
That
have,
loyalty is
yeah,
big.
and those like I said, these guys that build these lures and so forth, and they'll make them for what you need. They can go back home and paint what you need or make what you need, that kind of thing. And what was I going to say here? Oh, that it's
Holy voodoo chili for Ryan.
holy voodoo. Boy, the
I
Bears,
love it.
I don't. Although that was the second place chili. I have not found the third place winner yet. I don't know what happened to him, but anyway, he did a good job too, Ryan. But they had a lot of success there in that. Man, I was going to tell you something else about that too, but I can't remember what it was now. Here,
That's
but
all
go ahead.
right. No, Marty, this is the part by which I say this time and time again to people. These are the things you and I have spoken many times offline. Just mainly it's me calling you up asking for advice, right? I mean that's that's what usually it is, and us sharing this. And you've always opened your heart and opened your experience to help me with different projects that we've had things going through.
Yeah.
This is the impact you continue to have on this industry and the people around, is your willingness to serve. When you just said what you said, I'm not going to outgrow this because this is where God wants me to be.
Mhm.
You're giving me goosebumps here, and that isn't just the fever breaking right now either. It's truly that you set a bar of inspiration, brother, and I can't thank you enough for that. We're gonna try to carry forward in that same breath out there. I'm fortunate enough to have some great guys, surrounding me like Brick here.
Mhm.
We go out there and we have some some good times, and we're about to do some really, I think, amazing stuff this year. It's going to be a blast. But you set the bar, dude, and just thank you from all of us, man. The way you just continue to help not just the sport grow, but just help people. That's awesome stuff, dude.
Yeah,
It's
well,
fun to watch.
and I'm blessed to do this, man. But I got one more story here, man.
Go for it.
Maybe more. Who knows? We can go all night if you want. You know what? You know what's great about my life right now? I don't have to work tomorrow.
Right? Right.
But I did tell my wife I would go with her to pick up our beef. We got we buy a cow, I guess, part of a cow, and then she wants to go buy a new washer and dryer. And you know what? I better support her in that.
Exactly. It's honeydew season right
Yeah,
now until
yeah,
the weather
yeah.
breaks again, right?
So I thought, well, you know what? I had the day off tomorrow, honey.
We got Will Sanders here saying, totally agree with that statement. Marty's an
Thank
inspiration
you.
for us down here in Mississippi. Hell yeah.
I
Yes,
like
he
to
is.
be about down. We went to the Caribbean at the wrong time this year. Although I'm not going to say it to my wife, but we should have gone to the Caribbean like right before that expo when I got really cold. But instead of stayed there for a while. Anyway, here's the deal. Michael Thomas, he might be listening.
Yep.
So Michael Thomas, he makes lures, and he lives in Omaha. He's one of the greatest dudes you ever meet. I'll call him at work, and he'll always answer, even though he's got stuff going on there. He always talk to me, because I get bored sometimes. But anyway, he said, "Hey Marty, I'm gonna have a raffle." I said, "Okay, go ahead." He brought a kayak in, paddle, went to Bass Pros and bought a PFD brand new to fit a kid. He put a fishing combo together, a tackle box with lures, and had a raffle at his table. But get this, you didn't purchase the raffle tickets. You signed up for one, you get one ticket. So all these kids had these tickets for this kayak. Now, here's what's cool.
Holy moly.
Isn't that cool? So we go to announce it. And, of course, we just announced the numbers. And so I would announce, like, the first numbers, and I'd say, you know, who's still in? And all raise their hands, you know. And then I'd say, who's nervous? And they'd all be nervous, you know. Anyway, we drew a name or gave the number. They weren't there. Got to be present to win. Right? Got to be present.
Oh,
We drew another name. Not there. Third name, the kid that won it, he's been in our youth, fishing thing on Mondays and stuff, and he fishes from the bank. And he won that kayak.
heck yeah.
Isn't that cool? And him and his brother, his mom actually took my college kayak fishing class last year, and these kids absolutely eat, sleep, and drink fishing. And so he's going to he took home the kayak. I mean, so
that is so cool.
Now we got to get his brother a kayak.
Right.
You know, and then
how about that? This Mr. Michael Thomas, thank you, brother, for just
cool.
spreading good out there in the world, man.
Yeah.
When you're in a position to do so, and you do, that's a choice, folks. That's a choice to spread that out there. And so, Michael, God bless you, man. And that's awesome stuff.
Here's another one. So the bass team, the Nebraska bass team, they had a little on. Oh.
Michael says that young man was the partner in the doggy paddle tournament. That's even better. How cool is that?
I forgot to mention that. Yeah. Anyway, what a cool story, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And all this from this little itty bitty expo in Auburn, Nebraska. You know?
Exactly.
And the Husker bass team's there, and they had a casting contest. You cast into these those cornhole things, and they had a little contest for a little while. But they say, hey Marty, how can we raise some funds for our team? You know, and I said, why don't you have a raffle? I mean, I could keep all that raffle for me and say nobody else gets. But even the Pheasants Forever had their own raffle for their hats. I don't care. And everybody kept bringing prizes up. It was amazing. It took us 20 minutes to give out the prizes each hour, at least.
That is so cool.
Or to call names and stuff like that. Well, anyway, they did a raffle to raise money. Of course, people donated money for that. And then the kid that won it was Carter, who 2 years ago was our Angler of the Year in the high school division. And he wins a trip with the Huskers to go fishing with them.
That group of young men, I'll tell you what, I bought a T-shirt and I bought a hat. And keep in mind, my son is a big, CSU fan type thing. So he saw me with Nebraska Cornhuskers gear and he was like, what are you doing? And I said, I'll tell you what, I met that group, that Bass Club group. That is a fine group of young men. What a cool group of young men, and I absolutely be proud to, fly that Bass Club's stuff, because those boys were those are young men that were you could see them taking time with little kids. There were a few of them that build their own lures and such, and there's true workmanship going into this. They're serious about this, about where they're going, for the future. Plus, they showed up to ask a few questions during our little tournament, 101 seminar that we did there. They made sure just to show up and ask a couple questions, kind of keep things going. Love that group. Those young men are very impressive.
They have over 100 members.
That is so cool. That makes sense.
I'm speaking to them, I think this week or next week. Can't remember, but they have a meeting coming up. And anyway, Logan, who's the president, has his own bait company too. He's actually going to have a booth at the Classic.
No kidding.
Oh yeah, he's taking some Nico heads with him. He said. Anyway, he owns Revive Baits, and what he does is he collects. He doesn't buy his plastic. People give it to him.
Yep.
All their used baits, and he melts it back down and makes new baits out of it.
I remember that.
Yeah. I have a shameless plug for this one, the Fishing for 2026.
Yeah, let's talk about it. The KBF stuff, and then also your events. Because I actually, for the first time, I jumped in that, Marty. I'm gonna fish for that. I'm not gonna come close, but I'm gonna enjoy every last minute of trying to get close to it. So I'm gonna try to talk Brick into it too.
There you go. The kayak cushions are still in my garage. That's where the kayaks are. So I'm a little bit lower tonight, even because I usually sit on a kayak cushion all the time. I mean, with a kayak, or a chair in my house, I have a kayak cushion. Anyway, so we've been doing this for. I'm not going to get into details of the whole story because that's a whole segment in itself.
Right.
You can fish, you guys, maybe you don't want to be in a tournament, but you just want to see how many fish you can catch and record them. You can do this on Tourney X, $10, and it pays for the judging, it pays for the app fees, and 50 cents goes for the wood to create plaques for the people that make it. And by the way, here, just 1 second.
Yep, you're fine.
I'm on my way back. If you win, or not win, but this year we made these. This guy David made these plaques for us. You can't read it on there probably. But
So cool.
Read it.
that has the number of fish on there that I caught, 2,355. But we made those as a surprise. We surprised Clayton, and I had him meet him in the parking lot. Clayton had no idea he was going to get that, but there's only been one of the guys made it, and that's Clayton Westgate out of Kansas. It's hard to do. It's really hard. You got to catch a lot. You got to catch 2,026 bass, and there's no minimum length. You put them on a catch board or a hog, whatever, yak attack or a catch board. I'm sorry, that's what's got to be.
Yep.
And it's not. And then this year, KBF. If you're a member of the KBF, we have a drawing for a new canoe, unlimited 10 for anybody over that. And
U10.
Yep, a lifetime bass KBF membership, lifetime or $600. At the 1210 mark. If you make 1,210 bass in September, end of September, we're going to have another drawing for an SUP. It's called the 1210, Sea Eagle 1210. So we're going to have one for that.
Wow.
Trax Panda is giving a $50 gift card to anybody that makes the 2026. And then Brandon Elrod from Kayak Cushion is going to donate a kayak cushion. It's designed. It'll have this design on it.
Very cool.
On a kayak cushion. So pretty neat stuff, guys. And then I got to tell you, though, about the fall one we do.
Yeah.
We do the Monday Night League with kids. It's all free. Our kids are not charged anything. It's all free for them because that's what the Expo is for, is to generate those funds, And then, one other thing. I got to have a shout out. I have about 25 fishing rod combos in front of me that were donated yesterday.
Oh, so cool.
Nice reels, nice rods. Those will all be given to the kids this year at the events.
Hell yeah.
Each week. And then we don't just give them to winners. Like if we find a kid helping some other kid out there, we say, hey, you know what? You get the ambassador award. So here's your fishing rod.
Love it.
Stuff. And then occasionally if I see a kid, and I have these other lower end ones here, but if I see a kid out fishing and they don't have very good stuff, I'll just give them that rod, when we're out there. To have, but anyway, we have the doggy paddle. Then we have the Catch All You Can series, and that's kind of like your native watercraft. But we were before native watercraft. Remember that? We've been doing this. I've been doing that since 2017.
Yep.
And you catch all you can. There's 3 events, but here's the kicker. There's a white division, red division. The white division is for somebody who has never ever won a check in a tournament. And last year, Abby Alexander, Tyler's daughter, won the AOI in that. And
nice.
She is hooked, man. She can't wait to get out. And then we have the competitive division. The entry fee is like $8, but yet we do a side pot if you want to get in at so there's all levels, guys. And what we do is at the end of the event we have our drawing for big prizes, and one of them I sponsor is an Eco Fishing 250 entry fee. And we do have Guardian Angel on board this year.
Very cool.
We donate some lights, and we have D Hooker on board. So if you guys don't have a Guardian, these Guardian Angel things are pretty cool, man.
They do. They look really slick.
The batteries are out on these, right? Because I had them on yesterday, but this one might light up. I don't know. But anyway, those are my little plugs for stuff for events. That's out. They're all out of battery.
You got a lot working, man, for sure. And your involvement with KBF is just to help kind of put some pathway down there. It's cool to see. It's actually got my attention, for personally just as an angler myself, just to watch, because you put your name behind something. Yeah, I'll pay attention to that 100%.
Get this, man. We had about 50 more anglers for January from last year already, and this year in February, I think it's about a third more than last February. And the greenhorn that we started, that's Chad's idea, the greenhorn for people that just want to go out and catch fish, it's $75 for the year. Get a catch board. It's a $250 value for $75. And I think we're over 50 to 60 greenhorns already, and they started today, and people have already entered fish. There's an unlimited division. We still have the catch 22 for the
Yep.
veterans. All that money goes to the veterans, and I'm just elated. And Chad even gave me a title.
He gave you a title? You're official even.
Now, there's no checks. Just so you guys know. But I guess I'm the vice president of operations.
Love it.
In other words, it's like being a principal in high school.
That's exactly, yeah. You've got a little experience with that.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, I've had guys asking questions. And, what's cool, though, is, as a high school principal, I was always solving issues or problems in a good way, for logistics and so forth, especially. But these guys are reaching out. And what I like is I'm learning how to do this stuff as I go. So, and it takes a little more time to help them, but they're all very appreciative of it. And the thing is, Chad, there's no way he could manage all those people at once.
Yeah.
So he's got Mark Fainer. I believe Darren Wendell might be on board with us, and then myself, and he's got a gal too that helps out. And then of course Austin does a lot of the filming too. So he's got a team of people,
Yep.
and it's going great, you guys. And so the monthlies, as the weather warms coming north, you guys can get in them right now. Like I said, some states already getting 10 to 12 guys in each state, and you can earn your way to the Challenge Championship. It's easy to do. There's a regional this year. Go on that site, KBF or KBF members only, or KBF.
Yep.
Or kayak bass fishing, and then you can go to Chaos Fishing, and you can see more there too. And it's not about one versus the other. Bassmaster, man, all of them are great. You just got to find out what you like to do and go from there. Drew Gregory's kayak bass fishing adventure series is a phenomenal event too.
Looks super cool, yeah.
You got Native Watercraft, you got the Bassmaster, and you got Joshua Booth has the All American Classic. You got the what do you call it? The Eco Fishing 250. These are big events where you just get together and have a good time.
And it's going to be an interesting year too, man, with bass maneuvering its stuff around. I have a feeling that's going to have a ripple effect, across. So we're going to have to see where all the dates kind of lay out for sure.
Yeah.
So that, to me, that right there makes the KBF platform, I think, a little more appealing to a lot of folks because you don't have to worry about that as much, right?
You don't have to travel as much. You travel you basically for the KBF this year. You're going to travel once. The regional is online this year. Next year, the regional is going to be live. Yep. Three state or two, whatever state it is. And then he's looking at maybe some trail series where there's a lot more guys, because there's a lot of guys asking for a trail series in their region. But guys, there is so much out there. By the way, I want to put a shout out to the South Dakota club. That I didn't even know about it, and he called me and wanted to talk about some stuff, and I go, man, you got it going up there. That's William Dubry. You know him? He's got a schedule and everything, so I'll have that on the spreadsheet, and I'll plug it here on my Facebook page.
Cool.
But there's some events along that South Dakota border area that are really good.
Dude, Lewis and Clark is one of my favorite places to go. I love it up there.
Well, he's got some out west where you guys are at.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, you can piggyback together with Colorado and you guys, and they want to come down, maybe do some stick stuff or whatever. But there's a great collaborative effort there as well.
Yep.
With what they've got, because man, they got some good smallie fishing up there.
Dude, you've said on something here, and this is something that I want. If any clubs are listening here, take some old man advice. Work with each other is all I'm going to say. This industry is too small for you to sit there and try to claim some sort of, personal ground and, big arm, this and that. We're not big enough for that. This industry will never be that big enough. And the elites learn that the hard way, that they're not that big. You got to work together, man. And so, anything you can to sometimes working together means it benefits the person you're helping and not you. And you've got to be willing to do that, right? To scratch some back. So hopefully,
I'm doing a Missouri. I'm doing some of that. I'm not doing the main series, but the Legend series there, the Kansas Kayak Anglers, that fits into my schedule with those four. And of course, I love doing the sticks because I love fishing Nebraska, as well. But and then of course those big events that you have like Gunnersville, Truman Lake, and Lake of the Ozarks. Those are fun events to go to.
big time.
as well, And this year I'm not traveling as much because I gotta get these teeth done, but maybe in the future. But it's also, man, it's so hard to take a week and just go. I mean, I can't imagine the guys that have a job and they're missing work and they got to go back.
It's not easy.
Yeah, but it's so hard to keep going. You get back and you're leaving again, and
yep.
And so I'm doing a lot of 2 to 4 hour ones.
I tell guys that, hey man, if you can do it, go for it, because it's an amazing experience to have. But just don't go into it thinking that it's going to be this long lasting thing, because it won't be, and that's okay. Ride that wave while you can, enjoy yourself, and then don't be afraid to kick back a little bit and go, okay, let's dial this back a little bit. I did it for a lot of years between a bass boat and a kayak, and it was not easy pulling back, but I'll tell you what, I'm very happy that I did. And now I wish I could just get around and fish cooler places with great people. I mean, the sticks, every event I've ever done with you guys, it's been amazing. You guys are super, talk about just killer anglers out there, and just welcoming group, man. It's that we went and did that I-80 event last year. That was so cool. The Moyak, of course, that whole group down there, love those guys down in that whole area. So there's some awesome offerings out there. Take your time, go enjoy yourself, and get after it.
Have fun. I know one of my friends, David Hutzel, just bought one of those camper vans, and I'm jealous because I want to.
Nice.
But he got one to go travel and do that, because he did the tent thing. He did the tent thing, And he's like, hey, that's just too much now. So he's got that van.
Westerman's been doing that out of that Sprinter of his for a long time. He lives in that thing.
Right, yeah.
I told him, I was like, this is the advantage of not having a lady around, buddy. Because you sleep on wood.
That's why I don't have that square drop anymore, because my wife says I am not going with you in that.
Amen. Yeah.
So I have a stand up. You can stand up in our camper, have a shower, and as a bath.
I remember that square drop. That's why when I first met you, you had that. I was curious. Right. I was curious about it. It was
the campground favorite.
Yeah.
Whenever I went to a campground. And you know what's cool yesterday, real quick before we go, is that I had a few people that I had met at campgrounds that came to the Expo.
So cool.
They're not even tournament. They just came to the Expo because they heard about it and they wanted to go there and support it. So that's kind of cool to have that,
Yeah, and that's the connection, man. That's what you promote out there. It's what you push, and you set the example for us. So,
and one other thing, we have 182 in the 2026 challenge.
Wow, already.
Yeah,
just got through month 1.
Yeah, 182.
So cool.
Nice.
I'm proud to say we have, for the PBKS event that is now basically 45 days out from now, we're going to Conchas Lake, New Mexico. Mm-hmm. We have 15 people registered for this event. Nice. Of that 15, 12 of them are vet or first responder.
Wow.
Dude, this is what we designed this to do, is reach out into local communities and bring our brothers and sisters together to sit around, have some food, some, crack some inappropriate jokes, and go fishing, man, and just have a good time. So I'm beside myself that we already have, this many folks signed up. We still got 45 days to go down there. So Anthony Barrera, that whole group of New Mexico bass kayak anglers down there, they're amazing. What a cool, supportive group, man, the way they get together like that. So we're going to have a good time. It's going to be fun down there for sure.
Nice.
All right, brother. Well, listen, thank you so very much for cutting out of time here. Dude, you're busier than like 6 guys around you. So for you to cut the time out this evening, it means the world to us, man. And thank you very much. We're very appreciative of this.
Well, you're one of like 6 in a row I got to do for
right?
I get to do.
Hey, Gene, do we have a little bit of time?
Yes, sir. Go for it. What do you got?
I got a couple of things I want to say.
Yeah.
And this is what I tell my baseball team. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of true in life. And there's other speeches that I usually give out of the military. But I want to highlight Gene and Marty for this, whoever's still watching. There are 4 keys to success. 4. Only 4. The first key is aptitude. So if you're out fishing and you want to come and you want to be one of us, or you want to be, you want to compete, get out and get to these expos. Get out and get to these TPO events. Get out and get to these educational events to learn the skill. That's the aptitude part of it. The second part is the motivation. Like, what gets you off the couch? What gets you on the water? A lot of veterans now, when they retire or whenever they separate, they struggle with the motivation. They have the aptitude, but they lack the motivation. So get the motivation to say, if I go to somebody that says I went to Yale for 4 years and I got a degree from Yale, but what did you do with it? Right.
Yeah.
So that motivation piece helps you get to the next part, is the attitude. What kind of attitude do you get out of the truck with whenever you get on the water? Is it great? Are you there for your local people? Or are you there for just yourself? So I challenge everyone that may be listening to take the approach or the attitude of, I'm here, nothing's given to me. I'm here for my local person. And then the last piece of that puzzle is opportunity. So the fourth key to success is opportunity. When that door opens, are you willing to step through the door from all the things that you learned, the motivation and the attitude you take to the water? It all kind of comes together, and you guys show, Gene and Marty show the ability to take all four of those keys and perform at a level that may not be we don't have to perform at a high level. We just have to perform average. And then you're dangerous on the water. It's very simple. These guys, and even people that you show up to the boat ramp that have those four keys in the back of their toolbox, they'll help you. Not necessarily like at a tournament, but like maybe, hey, do you want to go and conversate? Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Do you have any pointers? Can you give me some insight? And so that's kind of the community that we're trying to build. And so I learned that from one of the top 3 military, mentors that I had whenever I was coming through, Chief Gaylord. And he kind of, I grew up, my father was my grandfather in some instances. So I learned a lot of those skill sets before I even joined the military. And it kind of propelled me to a better future. But I kind of challenge everybody in the fishing community to kind of look at that in a different light, because you have so many, you don't know who you're fishing against. Just have that open conversation, be loving, be kind, and try to help out your fellow angler. I mean, you got plenty of like KBF. That's a great starting point to kind of get your feet wet and then learn the process. Like if you want to go on to bass, or if you want to go wherever you want to go. But that's just my 2 cents, and I want to applaud you two gentlemen for actually promoting those 4 keys.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, that's that's it's a simple piece in my personal opinion, and that is serving others, man. Just operate from that angle, and the rest of it tends to fall in place. And I tell this to people, is sometimes serving others isn't what you want to do, and you got to be willing to, that it's not what you want to give them, it's what they need. That's what you got to be able to, be willing to provide there, because sometimes it's not always the easiest, but it's, man, is it worth it, dude. Plus you meet great dudes like you guys and get to hang out. So well, thank you, Justin. Appreciate that information there. All right, folks. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I'm going to go try to wrap myself in an electric blanket or something and sweat this out and get on the other side of living eventually here. This is a mess. I'm starting to get whiny now. I don't like feeling like this. I'm ready to – I got work to do, right?
Well, thank you for taking the time tonight, Gene.
Yes, sir.
You're doing very good. And Justin, thank you for your wisdom, man. I wrote all that down. I wrote it all down.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Marty, you keep doing what you're doing out there, brother. Keep leading the way for us, and we'll keep working in that. And if there's, as you know, man, if there's anything we can do to help on any level there that we're capable of, you got us. We're out here, and we'll do what we can to kick in where applicable and get it going. All right, folks, go make sure follow Kayak Jack, follow Marty on all the good stuff he's doing out there. Everybody that joined up tonight, thank you guys so very much for hanging out with us. Turned out to be a pretty long show. Wasn't sure it was going to be. That's awesome. Me.
I'm the teacher that when the bell rang, no, sit down. We're not done.
Love it.
That was me. Okay.
You'll leave when I say you leave.
Go to the other room and go, "Are you done yet?" I go, "No, I'm not done.
I got to finish this thought.
We got to get our lesson done."
I love it. I love it.
All right.
All right, folks, make sure to smash that subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Stick with us next week. I know it's Super Bowl, but who really cares? Broncos aren't in it, so who cares who's playing in it? We got a great show for you. We got Miss Marsha Martin showing up next week, and it's going to be awesome. I will not be sick by then, and so yeah, it's going to be super cool. And so, all right, that'll do it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing out here. Gentlemen, thank you so very much, folks.
Yep. All right. I'm out. See ya.
Tight lines. Be
All right.
safe. Take care of each other, and God bless.